Our position previews continue here for Liberty Football and Fall Camp 2014, joined by defensive coordinator Robert Wimberly, who also is in charge of our safeties. And Robert, as we break down that group, I'll start with Jacob Hagen. Played a lot of football for this program. He's poised for a great senior season. What have you seen from him so far in the fall?
From Jacob Hagen, I've seen great leadership. He's really taken it upon himself to lead our defense, lead our room, try to push the young guys to let them understand that, Saturday's a big deal and we got to make sure we're prepared. So I've been really pleased with his maturity and pushing the young guys to be better.
Depth chart came out this week. We see Gary Simpson's name out there, a little bit banged up, but for all intents and purposes, he'll be okay. And then another guy who we haven't talked about, and that's Alpha Jallow. We'll talk about Alpha first. What a great name. Give us his story. How did you guys find him, and how has he made his way up the depth chart?
Well, actually, he was in January trying out for our football program, and he did a great job athletically, and we saw that he could be a tremendous student athlete for our program. We didn't exactly know where he was going to play, corner or safety, but based on our needs and us trying to find some safeties, we started him out in the spring at safety, and I mean, wow. From practice one, you saw the athleticism, you saw the football IQ, he understood football, and he really just made the most of the opportunity, knowing that we was having two young safeties coming in. He took it upon himself to really get in that playbook, and man, he's really showed up ever since he stepped on our football team.
Coach told us today about Gary Simpson, and it's not so much practice that he needs maybe to get the pads on thud a little bit, and then he'll be good to go. Had a great year a year ago in his kind of first year playing in this program. So when he is healthy, what do you expect from Gary?
Oh, I expect him not to miss a beat. He's probably one of the smartest football young men I've had to be able to coach. His football IQ is unreal. You really have to tell him something one time, and he gets it, and then he's able to adapt to the situation and make his own adjustments and give you suggestions. And that was very unique even as a freshman to see him be able to tell me, hey, coach, they're doing this. Is it okay to make this call? So, like Coach Gill said, we're not so much concerned about him getting the reps, just making sure he get himself in shape and he'll be ready to go.
Another guy, true freshman, who's made his way onto the depth chart, A.J. James, and a guy that we've talked about obviously coming through this last recruiting class. So tell us about A.J. and the type of camp he's had.
Well, he came to us actually last summer. He came to our football camp, and he wowed us. He actually came in as a linebacker, but I had the opportunity to see his footwork with Coach Bookburn, and I told him, man, you need to go with Coach Roberts. And he did a great job. He's from South Carolina, Coach Roberts' area. Coach Roberts did a great job recruiting him. And, man, wow. We say to ourselves when we watch him on film here, we're glad that he was a linebacker at high school, at Burns High School in South Carolina, because I think that helped us keep him hidden. Because if he would have played DB, we probably would not have a shot at him. And he just came in, once again, a young man with a great football IQ. He's bought into the system. He showed the ability to make plays, and he's going to help us as a true freshman.
And for those of you that follow high school football, Burns High School, year in and year out, one of the better programs in the country. And finally, Coach, let's talk about Charles Williams, a guy that also got some playing time last year and has found his way on the depth chart also.
Well, with Charles, once again, another student athlete that has been in our install 5 times now. So now you're starting to see him understand the scheme, and maybe where he lacks a little bit athletically, he makes up for it mentally. He's had a great camp building off the spring. I've been very pleased with his communication level with our linebackers, putting them in the right calls. So, I'm really excited that he can add depth to us and bring that game experience that he had last year.
All right, Robert, we appreciate the time. We'll catch up with you soon.
Thank you.
That's defense coordinator Robert Wimberly. My name is Alan York for Liberty Flame Sports Network.